Jaiswal, did saw the sneaker suggests there wasn't an edge. Video suggests there was an edge. Jaiswal went spoke to the umpires for a couple of seconds. Well, what's your reaction as captain? It was obviously a crucial business of the all.
Yeah, look, really, I don't know what to make of that because the technology didn't show anything. But with the naked eye, it seemed that he did touch something. So I don't know how the umpires want to use the technology. But in all fairness, I think he did touch the ball. But again, look, it's about the technology, which we all know is not 100%. But again, like I said, we don't want to really look too much into that. It's just that we are more often than not, we are the ones falling on the wrong side of it. So yeah, it has been happening since India. But yeah, that's where I feel we've been a little unfortunate.
Last couple was a very tough colorless captain. They have many personally. Uh, where do you stand as a captain and as a batsman, and what are the processes that you are trying to follow now, and maybe some corrective measures that you need? Like where do you stand mentally and as a player?
I stand where I'm standing today. There is nothing to think about what has happened in the past. Obviously, few results have not gone our way. As a captain, yes, that is disappointing. And yes, as a batter as well, a lot of the things that I'm trying to do is not falling in the place that I would want to. But mentally, look, it is disturbing without a doubt. If you've come here and you want to come here and try and do successfully what you're supposed to, and if those things don't fall in place, that is a big disappointment. But as of now, that is where it is, and there are things that we as a team need to look at. I personally need to look at as well. So we will try and see what happens. There's still a game to go, and if we can play that game well, it's 2-2. So a draw will be really nice.
Put this in the 3 days for the next this match. The match started versus how you said no, still the series to development for the open game.
Look, there's not enough time, obviously, but there are a lot of things that didn't go our way. Obviously, we have to look at those things, try and see what we can correct that we didn't do well as a team, as a players, as individually as well. So those are the things. Yes, there's not enough time, but we just want to not give it up and make sure that when we turn up at Sydney, we try and do everything possible to try and move that momentum towards us. Again, we have seen it over the years. Coming here and playing is not easy, but we've. I wouldn't say that we played bad cricket so far. There have been times where we ourselves are very disappointed with certain things that we did. But again, there are a lot of things also that we did right as well. So, but again, like I said, Sydney, again, we have an opportunity to come out there and do what we can as a team and make sure, we try and play that game well.
So, what was your reaction to that shot? Did you have discussions with him about that?
Sorry,
How do you look at the punch shot that sort of led Australia back?
today? See, look, it's just happened. There hasn't been any discussion about today. Obviously, we lost the game. Everybody is disappointed about how things actually planned out. We certainly didn't think of this result. There is no doubt about that. But again, look, Rishabh Pant, obviously, look, that's he needs to understand what is required from himself more than any one of us telling him. It's about him understanding and figuring out what is the right way to go about it. In the past, he's given us a lot of success doing what he does. So, as a captain, there is a kind of mixed reaction to that. Sometimes you want to back that thought of him playing the way he plays, and sometimes when things doesn't look good, it frustrates everyone. But that is what it is. That's the reality. It's the success and the failure. There needs to be a balance about it. And as a captain, it's very hard to have conversation when it has given him a lot of success as well, but it's about him figuring out what is the right way to do things. It's just about situation as well. Certain situation of the game where if there is a risk percentage, do you want to take that risk? Do you want to let the opposition come back into the game? Those are the things he needs to figure out himself. There are See, I know Rishabh for a very long time, and I understand his cricket as well. In the past also we've had a lot of conversation. So conversation, in terms of conversation, uh, there's no way I can say that I've not had a chat with him, or he doesn't understand what the team expects. He understands that, but the things that he does gives him results as well. So it's just that fine line between telling him not to do those things or telling him to do those things.
Rohit, Bumrah has been spectacular from the series, but as a captain, how do you restrain yourself from overboarding him? Is there a danger of overboarding?
Yeah, there is. To be honest, he's bowled a lot of overs. There's no doubt about it. But again, every test match we play, we keep that in mind. The workloads of all the bowlers, in fact. But again, like if somebody is in such a great form, you want to try and maximize that form how much ever you can, and that is what we've been trying to do with Bumrah. But there comes a time where you need to, step back a little bit and give him that little bit of extra breather as well. So we've been very careful. I've been very careful. I talk to him about how he feels and stuff like that. So those things should be managed carefully, and I'm trying to do that on the field.
Jaiswal, dismissal, Sneaker suggests there wasn't an edge. Video suggests there was an edge. Jaiswal went spoke to the umpires for 6 went off. What's your reaction as captain? It was obviously a crucial dismissal.
Yeah, look, really, I don't know what to make of that because the technology didn't show anything. But with the naked eye, it seemed that he did touch something. So I don't know how the umpires want to use the technology, but